lift them up and dust them off, bring them back tomorrow, and have them all ready to go for Thursday night football action. That's for sure. Of course, NBA tomorrow, NBA today. We got lousy college basketball. Tried to get Costi on too, couldn't get him. But all right, it's just us. Nothing wrong with that. Been there,
Mitch.
Yeah, we've done it before. We've done it a million times, and we'll get through it. I'm still out here in Vegas. I'm here for a couple more. Well, 2 more days. So if anyone's out here, hit me up, and if I have time, or I'll let you know where I'm at. We'll meet up. I got the cool room set up, man. Here's the view from my window. I took this last night.
That's what's up.
Crazy.
Sphere.
Yep. Good stuff. Anyways, throwing a lot of dice. Meeting people. People shaking hands. That's what it is. So NBA, the Cavs covered, and then the Mavs won outright against the Lakers in that one. Was that your top play?
Mavs? Top play, Mavs money line yesterday.
Money line,
yes,
nice.
Sir.
Good play.
I did have the Celtics though, so and I had the Kings.
Romanelli is still red hot too. 12 of 13 on his college hoops. He hit again. His only loss was Memphis the other day. Like we had Memphis, he is on the other side with Texas A&M. It wasn't a horrible pick.
It wasn't.
But it wasn't good enough.
Heater. Still on the heater, man. And when guys are on those heaters,
you get that's how you pay them. Like if he would have done the ladder thing that the other guys do, he would have cashed.
Exactly.
He would have cashed. If he would have done it at that way, maybe we should do a video of him doing of those picks in his thing and say, here's how I made, here's what would have happened if you played my best plays.
Yep.
I'll have to bring that up.
Shout out Romanelli.
I think Costi after yesterday taking a little break.
Seen him out there? Have you seen him out there? I saw him when I was out there. Have you seen him out there?
Who?
Romanelli.
Out in Vegas? Oh, working in Vegas? Romanelli works for Vegas. Yeah, I thought yesterday's card was really tough. Dave Miller said to take the Clippers yesterday. Like he gave us a call, and he said to take the Clippers. So Micah put 10 large on the Clips. They took his bet at the MGM Sportsbook. I don't think they'll be taking too much more of his action there. I was surprised they took it, but they did. So I think he probably lost more than that at the craps table, though. But we'll get him back today. What else happened yesterday? Bill Belichick talking about resigning or being fired or something.
Yeah, I saw that report too, that this might be the last go around here for Bill. There's really nothing else he can do. This is probably it. Who are they going to bring in, though? Joe Judge? No, Josh McDaniel?
No, it's not going to be Josh McDaniel. It's going to be O'Brien.
Think they're just going to elevate O'Brien?
Yeah, I do. He's a good patsy, he's been fired before, so it's not like, it's not like firing him is going to be the end of the world if it doesn't work out. And I think that's really what it's all about. Replacing a legend is never easy, no matter who you are. It rarely works out. Jimmy Johnson tried it twice, 3 times. He's the only guy to really be successful twice doing it. He replaced Howard Schnellenberger at University of Miami. It took him a couple of years, but he won a national championship. He replaced Tom Landry in Dallas, they used to say about Tom Landry all the time, I know it's before your time, but they used to always say about Tom Landry, they'd show him on the sideline and say, Tom Landry is the only coach the Cowboys have ever had. They used to always, that was his thing. They always said that about Tom Landry. Tom Landry is the only coach the Cowboys have ever had. And then Jerry bought the team and he fired him. It was like he was not the only coach they ever had. He hired Jimmy Johnson, who was his buddy from Arkansas, from Miami, and then he got in the fight with Jimmy, and he said, because he used to always threaten Jimmy. Jimmy would win. Jimmy did the Herschel Walker trade, turned the whole franchise around, and then he used to just threaten him all the time. He's like, I'm going to bring Barry Switzer in here. So he kept saying. Finally, Jimmy was like, okay, go ahead and do it. I really don't care anymore. I already won. And then Jimmy replaced Don Shula in Miami, but he was unsuccessful there. So he's replaced. Tom Landry's probably still one of the top five or top 10 winningest head coaches in history. And then Don Shula is the winningest head coach. The thing about Belichick here is you have to remember, he's within a stone's throw of Don Shula for that all-time wins number.
You think he's done?
Belichick? I think if he leaves the Patriots, he is. What more does he have to? He has the record and that's it. All-time winningest head coaches. Don Shula is at 328 in the regular season, while Bill Belichick is at 301.
Bill Belichick just says "F it all" and goes to the Chargers when they fire Staley and fixes Herbert and takes him to the Super Bowl.
That would be like Brady going to the Bucs and winning there. Wow, Andy Reid is 4th all time, and Tom Landry is 5th. Tom Landry was the coach for 28 years of the Cowboys, man. 28 years. They used to always say that. He's the only coach the Cowboys have ever had. Then that Curly Lambeau Field. It's up there. Marty Schottenheimer. He did it with several teams, 4 teams. Chuck Noll.
Schottenheimer. His son is with the Cowboys currently. He's the OC, I believe.
Chuck Noll, he was the head coach of the Steelers, all those great Super Bowl teams. 4 Super Bowl rings for Chuck Noll. So he's up there. Dan Reeves, he was a former Cowboys player who became a coach. You know Dan Reeves?
No.
So Dan Reeves was a former Cowboys player. He became a coach of the Broncos. Took the Broncos, who were terrible back then, to the Super Bowl. That was, unfortunately for him, that was against the Tony Dorsett Cowboys. I was like, that's a bad day, man. When Tony Dorsett was on the Cowboys, when he was rolling, it was a bad day at the office, man, if you had to play against him. So they had to play him in the Super Bowl. So basically, they just got, you're going to get slaughtered.
Before my lifetime, I'm 24, and I've never seen my Cowboys in an NFC Championship game. It's sad.
Best nicknames in all of sports ever. Tony Dorsett. Touchdown Tony. He got it like that. He had the play, I'm sure you've seen this, right? The play where he had the 99-yard run against the Vikings on Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football, the Cowboys had the ball at like the half-yard line. They hand the ball to Tony Dorsett, hit the hole, he's gone. Man, 100 yards, longest run in NFL history. Did it on Monday Night Football. Chuck Knox. So Chuck Knox was with the Rams. He got the Rams to the Super Bowl with another bad team. Then he was with the Bills, bad Bills team. And then he was the coach of the Seahawks, and he was actually pretty good there. He won everywhere he was at. Jeff Fisher, he's recently retired. He coached for a very long time. Bill Parcells, 172 and 130. Mike Tomlin says 13th, 636 winning percentage. That might be the second best or third best of all time, 4th best. He's actually behind Andy Reid, so they're like neck and neck. If Belichick retires, Tomlin and Andy Reid will be fighting for that best overall winning percentage. Paul Brown, Pete Carroll, I mean, these are legends. Mike McCarthy, Mike Holmgren, Bud Grant, Vikings, Sean Payton.
Okay, Mike. Big Mike. Big Mike done earned so much more respect from me here recently too, man. I ain't stop hating on Big Mike, man. I'm not saying you. I'm saying like y'all, as in like the outscope.
the great coaches like Belichick and Mike Tomlin, they could win when they have less. And I think people they don't appreciate it like that. Just getting a win with the garbage that he has to work with is a miracle. You know,
Right.
so so many coaches lose with much more than that. You know, look
Right.
at Staley. You know, look at Staley.
You are correct.
Man, it's like case in point. It's like Big Al had him going to the Super Bowl. Got Joe Gibbs, Marv Levy. Marv Levy, one of my favorite all timers. He was the coach of the Bills on those great Bills teams that went to the 4 Super Bowls in a row and lost.
To my boys.
Yep,
Back
and in Washington too. They lost to Washington also, and the Giants. They lost to everybody. They he went to Yale, so he was like a real brainiac guy. So like when they had the sideline interviews and stuff, he used all the big words, yelling at the refs. There's a famous film of him yelling at the refs, and he calls him "you over officious jerk." But he's the one that came up. He's like, if you could be anywhere in the world, where do you want to be? And then everyone say, right here, right now. That was his, which is very cool.
Yes, sir.
Man, I think if Bill Belichick retires, man, it would. He's the thing is he's at 301 in regular season career wins. It's going to take him at this pace, a long time. He never really had with the Patriots. He had all these big winning seasons, so he never really had like some of those off seasons like Shula had. Shula also coached in a lot of 11 and 14 game seasons. So Belichick's had a lot more games in a season to get it done too. But that doesn't matter. I mean, the winning percentage is there. Don Shula, see, the thing is Bill Belichick's .662 winning percentage. Don Shula's got him beat. 677. The Dolphins made the playoffs when Shula was the coach every single year. They won the division every year. They beat the Bills 24 games in a row. They beat the Patriots like 20 in a row. They had that's why those fans, and when they play those games, why they love beating up on the Dolphins, because all those years.
That's insane.
Anyways, good stuff, man. I remember Don Shula had, he was a good coach too. I mean, very, very tough to win them all. Tom Landry, the only coach the Cowboys ever had. He had the hat. He never, you see coaches wear the jacket, the whatever, the casual look, whatever. Never Tom Landry. Always wore the suit. Always, man. Suit with the hat. But they would show him at practice, and he'd be in the shorts and the coaching, it'd be like you wouldn't even recognize him. He had the regular, hat on with the thing. It was like, is that Tom Landry? It's like, because you only saw him in the suit. Anyways, we got some games today. Gonna go over it. Kind of miss Chris Ruffolo here. Shout out if you're watching, Chris. If not, smash that like, Chris.
Shout out, Roof.
All right, what do we got?
Yeah, man, the Kings, man. So you remember how you were saying how you have a thorn in your side? Well, I've finally found mine in the NBA, and it's the goddamn Sacramento Kings. I can't figure them out. When I'm on them, they shit the bed. When I go against them, they just don't be hooping.
It seemed like a weird spot for them yesterday. It was a tough one. Today, I like today's card better. I haven't really gone through and put my premiums in though. We got the Sixers against the Pistons. What do you think of this one?
It's Sixers or nothing for me here, but in all honesty, I think this line, or it's now going up, is really efficient. We already seen the Sixers beat up on the Pistons in Detroit once this season, but it was a 12-point win, 114-106. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons covered and lost by like 10. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Sixers blew them out by 24 either. So
It's
it's
a
like I'm not betting the Pistons. I can tell you that right now. So it's Sixers or nothing.
it's an odd one, right? Because I got to get the graphics here. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah, the the odd thing is that so the only I've been on the Sixers a ton. They've been my top play more than any other team this season. And where I've been roasted is in spots exactly like this. These are the games that they don't cover. It's like the game in Washington, right during the tournament that they played. It was like they sleptwalked through the entire game. And then the last 5 minutes, they decided to play and win by 6 in a game they were never even close to covering. They won like no problem. They didn't do anything. They just kind of hung in there. They were down by like 15 points, you know? It was like they didn't even sweat it. They knew they had it all the way, and they played like it. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be part of that again. It's like I don't know if
Same.
so. It's like I love them, but
Same.
you know, it's like I think
Like
they win.
me and you both sit here and agree. If the Sixers come out and play Sixers style basketball, they
Yeah,
can win this game. Pick the score. They
they
can pick
can
the score.
they can name their number, but I think what they want to do is take a nap and then just finish them off at the end. It's like
Correct.
so it's a tough one, because I could see it going either way. I could see the Sixers winning by 100. If they were home, I would like
If
them
they were
more.
home, I'd lay it. No problem.
Yeah. If at home they seem to care a little more. I don't.
Because them Philly fans are crazy. They're not going for that.
No, they're not going for it. They're not going for it.
They're not. Yeah, at home they're not going for it.
They just refuse.
On the road,
I'm trying to get my window for this overlays. Where is it? There it is. All right. Let's see if I can get these graphics going.
Yeah, Mills, you're kings, man. I saw you was at the game last night. You kind of threw me for a loop when I seen going live on Twitter. I said, "Who the hell?"
We got to get Mills hooked up on the YouTube to go live.
Yes, we do. And I was like, "Oh, that's Money Man Mills." I was like, "Okay," at the game turn.
Yeah, our Twitters. We don't do a ton on Twitter, but Mills actually got some good traction on that. So,
yep. Shout out Money Man Mills.
I like it. All right, there we go. Another one that I think is a little on the tough side because the Wizards are the team that actually roasted me on that Sixers game. And you guys called it all the way on the show. I still, I didn't buy into it, and I paid the price. Pelicans have been good, but on the road, they still aren't good. I don't know what it is with them. The Wizards are terrible at home, terrible against the spread at home, but one of those two home covers was against the Sixers recently. And I'm kind of leaning towards it's the same thing. I think the Pelicans, if they show up, they play their game, they do their thing, they win by 15, 20 points. But do you trust them enough to even do that?
I don't. At home, I'd be all over.
No, you were early on the Pelicans. You're early.
Yeah, New Orleans has sneakily been one of my favorite teams to be on top play wise, but they all have been at home. On the road, I don't touch them. And I could see this as a spot where Washington, kind of like you said, in that Sixers game, compete. The Washington, they're terrible. All right, we all know that. They're straight ass. And I said also for most of the season, betting Washington is not fun. But they're 10-12 against the number this season, 45%. That's damn near 50-50. So they're really like a 50-50 team going up against a Pelicans team who we know don't hoop on the road. I'm leaning Washington in this one. I am. I don't want to lay this big of a number with the Pelicans on the road. Yes, you're correct. If they come out here and hoop, they should beat this team by like 10, 12 points. But I wouldn't lay it on the road. I'm going to actually lean towards Washington. I think they can keep it slightly competitive.
Yeah, it's same thing. I could be convinced either way. I was hoping you're going to convince me on the Pelicans, but kind of
Nah,
went
I'm
the
gonna
other,
jump out. Stay on
kind
the
of the other
road.
way. And this is a similar game. The next one is similar too. Got the Heat at home. It's the opposite situation. The Heat, like in these type of games, laying more than 2 or 3 points, laying more than really three. It's like I don't even like them laying three. I like them laying one. It's like, and now you're laying 8.5 against the Hornets, and the Hornets once again 4-5 on the road against the number, 3-6 straight up. But the Heat are 2-7 against the number at home on a 5-4 record. It's Jace. He's been on this for 2 years now. That the Heat at home, for some reason, they win games. They just do not cover. So it gives the Heat, like with our community, the betters, right? That stigma that they're not a good team, which they
Right.
are a good team. And they're maybe not as good
Yes.
as I say they are, but they're a good team. And, you know, well, the thing is, it's rare that you see them all play on this together. They're almost like the Pelicans, right? It's rare you see them all together at the same place.
True.
We don't even know if they could be this. Not they could all be the same person, right? Because we never see them all in the same place at the same time. Not even in the playoffs. But laying 8.5 with the Heat just seems like a death march. It's like the line's going up, which almost makes you believe that maybe today's the day. But I can't fall for it. I'm gonna take a look at the Don Best screen and see what's going on here with this thing. I'm gonna pull it, Eric.
Yeah, pull a Eric on me.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna check
you
Don
know
Best
me.
here.
Yeah, you know me. I'm. When I see the Heat at home laying more than like 4 or 5, I automatically just run to the other side. They've been better this year, and I have bet them more this year than I did last year, but mainly on the road. Um, but that's because they've been at the small numbers on the road. They win games. The Heat win games. The Heat are one of the best teams in the NBA, and they show us that year after year. But during the regular season, man, they are the team that goes through the motions. They are that team. They know they can beat the Charlotte Hornets. We all know the Heat are the better team. I think they win this game by like 4 points.
All right, so Jay,
These two,
there's 1 7.5 out there. Where do you think it is?
circa.
Yep, circa 7.5. It's like all eights and 7.5 at circa. Like, yeah, I'll go with the circa. I'll take the 7.5. I'm gonna go downstairs here at Aria and hit the hit the eight, hit their eight, and can make some friends.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm on the Hornets today. We might be able to go. It probably might go up too throughout the day.
I mean, see, here's Ray Brown with a comment. And I understand your intention there, but Tyler Harrow's been out for 2 years. I mean, it really doesn't make much of a difference. He's played a couple games this year, but he's been out most of the time. That's why the Blazers didn't want him. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but I'm going to say they don't want him because he never plays. It's like you can't trade for a guy that doesn't play. Doesn't help you.
Hornets probably get a better number in about an hour. I might get 8.5, 9. In all honesty,
You think so? With the circa at
I
seven
think,
and a half? I don't know
I
about
think
that.
so. I think so. Because I'm seeing like I think so. I just don't see people betting the Hornets. They're not gonna do it. Just not. So as the day goes on, I see that number climbing.
Got the Raptors and the Hawks. Eric's sending me his Don Best screen. I have the Don Best screen right here. It's like, Eric, I don't need, I don't. It's like, here, take a picture of mine. There. It's like, I have the same one. It's like,
Yeah, Wayne, no ball.
I would say, so I would say that, You know, if
these guys out
I,
for a
I
minute,
don't
do we
get
got to mention it every game?
I don't get paid. I don't get paid to endorse any of the odd services. I probably could, but I don't get paid to them. But if you are really serious about it, get the live odds. Um, there's only really two places that I would trust, and one is Don Best, and the other one is Spank Odds. Spank Odds has a free program as well. It's Spanky, who does a lot of the same stuff. That he runs in a lot of the same circles that I do. I'm not really 100% sure how he does what he does or whatever. I don't, it's none of my business. But I know he does do the Spank Odds. He has a free version, and then he also has some paid versions, which are similar to Don Best, and I think a little less expensive. I'm not really sure. I've tried them before. I just like Don Best better because I'm just familiar with it.
For sure.
I would say that a lot of these other odds that a lot of people use on these apps and stuff, even on paid apps, you could get better odds online for free. Just go to DraftKings.com or whatever and look at their odds. You're gonna get, or a few of these. You'd need the whole thing is that you have a nice odds comparison. We have one at the website too. Ours is pretty live. It's probably more live than some of these ones that people pay for.
Yep.
Anyways, what else we got? We got the Raptors.
We got the Hawks and the Raptors is what we got. Yeah, I know it is yuck, but I'm on the Raptors. I am. I'm firmly on the Raptors today. You want to know why? It's because the Atlanta Hawks are the gift that keeps on giving. The Atlanta Hawks are currently the worst ATS team in basketball. We have faded them damn near every game, and we've been cashing. They're 5-17 against the number. They've only covered in 22% of their games. And here's the thing: I don't bet the Raptors often. On the road, do not bet list. At home, when they got that whole country behind them, when they're not playing a team that just is head and shoulders better than them, that's typically the spots where the Raptors hoop. This should be a spot where the Raptors get a win, continuing to fade the Hawks. Come on, Raptors, don't let me down today.
Anyways, let's see. I like the Raptors. I'm done with the Hawks. I'm off. I tried them a couple times, and they just did me dirty every single time. So I'm just off I'm off the Hawks. I think that they were close, and now that Capella's like a little bit older, whatever, I think now they're further away than they were. I think they still have. I mean, with Trae Young and Murray, if they could go out and get like one other guy, just one more guy, it would really, really help.
Yep, Trae Young game time decision tonight for you injury guys. That's really the only main injury concern here, but I think he plays. We'll see.
Anyways, Jay said I should show this picture. I had dinner last night with Mickey, friend of mine, good guy. I think he's, I'm not like an Instagram person or whatever, but I don't know what his persona is or whatever. I just know him, and he's good people, man. And he's gonna probably be working with us and doing some stuff with us. We're still talking through it and whatever, but I like him. Good guy. Does this, does it. He does it because he takes a lot of pictures, and he says this way he doesn't take any bad pictures. But I thought it was it's a pretty cool look, though. I thought it was pretty cool that he does, because he's got all the tats like blacked over on his hand, so it's like it's a good thing. It's cool.
That was cool. You surprised me with that when you pulled that out the bag.
Yeah, man, I'm with it. It's like I know a lot of people. I just I don't know who's it goes in. People go in and out, man. Yeah, Mickey's banned from all the casinos, like except I think it's Caesars. They let him, because that's where we had dinner last night, and so they let him there, and I don't know why they let him there. I think he said because if he's playing, like people see him playing there, and it brings in more people or something, you know. Like it was definitely to their benefit. He's not wanted. Mickey's not wanted. He's just banned from the casinos because he has an edge. He's figured out baccarat, right? So he knows he's found a flaw in the game, and he was taking them for like $1 million a week. So he said like he'll walk into a casino and like he'll be on vacation, he'll be going somewhere, like he could be in Mississippi, like a casino he's never been in before. He'll walk in, man, he won't even get past past the entrance.
For sure.
You know,
That's
he's like,
you really surprised me when you pulled that out the bag. I said, whoa, I didn't.
Yeah. No, I don't. He's not wanted. If they wanted him, they could easily find him, and he's super recognizable, and he's around. You know,
right?
All you gotta do is look on Instagram or whatever, because I know in the time, like when we left dinner and we're walking out in the casino, 5 people stopped him to take a picture. So, it's
for sure.
Jay better stop sleeping on the Clippers. Anyways, Jay said I should show them. Not as old as you guys think I am. The Rockets and the Grizz.
I'm gonna stay asleep on the Clippers, guys. I'm sorry.
The this line has dropped a little bit. It was 7, seeing 6s almost across the board. Someone out, or is just the Grizz gonna try and keep
mode? I can't see what's going on here. My screen just hold on. It might be me though.
Yeah, to be honest, like with Mickey, I wasn't sure who he was either. Before I met him, friends of mine introduced me, so I looked him up, and it's like same thing. But he's interested in doing some stuff with us. I'm not really sure what. Let me take my picture.
Shorty.
There we go.
I like the. I'm on the Rockets in this one, and I'm not trying to overcomplicate it. Is this the spot finally? Maybe. But in that same breath, you just got to ride it till the wheels fall off, and that's what I'm planning on doing.
I like the comments now that everyone's kind of like in the mode of like, you know, guys who have just been out forever. They're just putting it in the comments that they're out. I think that's the way we got to treat it, man. That's the way we got to treat it. I like it, man. We should make that our thing, you know. It's like guys out, you know, guys that are out for the season, stuff like that, you know. Right. Same thing.
But Houston, 8-1-1 against the number, or 9-1-1 against the number at home. 90%. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I ain't trying to fix it. We know Memphis, man. They've been okay against the number thus far this season on the road, 6-5, but what were they, like 14, 29-1 against the number last year on the road? Yeah, they're a fade on the road for as far as I'm concerned. It's Rockets. The Rockets. No John Morant.
Mickey does more than baccarat. He does. He bets on everything. But that's his thing. But
Mickey is basically the D-Gen gambler. Like when you think of D-Gen gambler, you think of Mickey.
Yeah, he said that.
and he turned it into what he is today.
So someone asked him. There was maybe like 5 of us at dinner. Someone asked him. They said,
"Cool dude.
Would you teach me your baccarat?" The guy said, he said, "I'm selling it for $50 million." And he said, "Does anybody?" And the guy asked him. He said, "Well, does anybody offer to buy it?" And he said, "I don't care." So that was the answer. You know, that's what I like. That's not gonna sell out, man. It's like us. Some people don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it, man. Go somewhere else, right? Anyways, yeah, I like the Rockets. I'm not. I don't know. This seems to be a sharp chaser situation. Um, I love the Rockets' defense. They're home. Maybe they think the Grizz are going to D it up and be able to keep it close. I'm not sure. It was. I could see super public play though on the Rockets.
On the Rockets.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could see the public loving them.
Yep.
So what?
It's okay.
Never stopped me before. Bucks against the Pacers. Halliburton shows back in town, getting 6.5 points in Milwaukee.
I was at this game just the other day in Vegas. And what I saw was Pacers play Pacers style basketball. The Bucks play Bucks style basketball, and the Pacers won. That's what I saw. And what I see tonight happening, I see the Pacers playing Pacers style basketball. I see the Bucks playing Bucks style basketball, and I see the Pacers having a legitimate shot to win this game out right in the end. So with that being said, I'm going to grab the points with the Indiana Pacers, or I'm probably going to sprinkle some on the money line.
258.5 is the total in this one. This is pie in the sky. That is called Matador defense on both sides. And so the Bucks, in recent years, even the years was it 3 years ago they had the best record in the NBA. They did not make it to the finals. Then, or it was the year of the bubble, right? They had the best record. They didn't make it to the finals. Then I think they had again the best record. Make it to the finals. Oh yeah, maybe it was the
last year they had the best. And then last year they did.
Yeah, but in a lot of those games, a lot of those things, it would be like they'd play on a Friday night at home, and it'd be like 128-95 type scores all the time. We're not seeing that from this year's Bucks. I understand they went out and got a guy that can score 1 million points. We've won a lot of money on. But on those teams, he was kind of the guy, and then everybody else played really hard. On this team, he's just another guy, and nobody really plays hard. So they're not covering those big numbers. They haven't covered those big numbers at all. They're 4-7-1 against the number at home, the Bucks. And I'm going to guess that most of those are very small numbers. I haven't looked. I'm going to guess they haven't covered a double-digit. I don't think they've covered many double-digit home spreads.
Nope.
Yeah,
problem with them, and we assessed this early in the season, it's their defense. It's the problem. It's their defense. They get lackadaisical, and those stops that Drew Holiday may have gotten them in the third quarter last season, those little lulls, those are now gone. Damian Lillard now gives up that easy 2-point basket that shouldn't have been given up. And then in the end of the fourth quarter, when you're supposed to be up 14, you're only up 6. And it's those meaningless buckets that they give up, playing lackadaisical defense throughout the game.
4-point win over the Bulls. 7-point win over the Heat at Miami, though, so that one wouldn't be in the mix. 6-point win over the Blazers. 3-point win over the Wizards at home. Both those games are at home. I'm going to take the Pacers here. This is like an overtime game. I could see the over as well on the 258. Overtime. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. That doesn't even make any sense.
Revenge game at home this time. But still don't want to lay that many points. Pacers just beat them in a meaningful game. I know it was a neutral site, but I'm trying to tell you, I was there. I was in the building. Halliburton got busy.
Those of you wondering where Chris Ruffolo is, he shit his pants. And Costi had to go get his State Farm policy adjusted. He needed to wanted to go over his policy with his agent over at State Farm.
Right. I'm interested to see what you think about this one. Lakers on the back end of a back-to-back with travel.
Probably not going to play
LeBron, AD
LeBron.
probably going to sit. Huh?
Yeah, LeBron's probably
Yeah,
not going to play.
Yeah, they're probably not playing. The line's probably already indicative of that, even though the news hasn't come down. But do the Spurs get a win here? Like, do they?
So in the comments, someone's saying Vegas is trying to fool us, and I think they're talking about the Bucks game. They say take the under, but the I think it's the other way. They're baiting you to take the under by putting the total so high. So they're never going to get 258.
Last game went under. Yeah, the last one went under. So. But those are over teams, so I still lean over in that game. They're not gonna catch me on the under in no Pacers game. You're not gonna catch me there. In the NBA, what I'm learning this season is just trust the spot. Just trust who the teams are. Trust that they're gonna be who we think they are. And at the end of it all, we're gonna be up. We're not gonna win every game. We're not gonna win every game. So let's stop trying to win every game and let's just play who the teams are and let it play out. It's kind of been my approach. That's why you hear a lot of this team sucks on the road, this team hoops at home. That's why you hear a lot of that from me. That's kind of how I have attacked the NBA. And of course, there's different situations and different strokes and all that stuff. But for the most part, that's how I've kind of been looking at it.
I'm gonna take the Lakers, man. I understand.
I'm taking Lakers too. You won't catch me on the Spurs.
Yeah, I still think they're overrated garbage, man. It's like I can't get there. They've got one home win all season. The Lakers, I understand, they're not going to play their stars probably in this game, but they're not.
Reeves was.
They have to win these.
Last time.
The Lakers have to win these games. They have to have it.
Correct.
It's like it's like if they knew that they needed those guys to play to win this game, they would do it because these are the ones they have to have. These have to be automatic.
Correct.
They don't want to be in a play-in. They don't want to be in any of that stuff. They want to be comfortable.
They don't want to be a 7th seed. They don't want to be they need to be a 4th, 5th seed in the West this year. They need to do that.
They need to be. They know that they've had no success. Beat up
on the bad teams to take their layups.
I mean, if they could avoid going to Denver, and if the difference is, this game against the Spurs, man, that's what really burns.
Yep. They tried to go all out last night and get the Mavs. It just didn't happen. Didn't happen. But I don't think I'm with you. Even without LeBron AD, because I'm expecting them not to play that.
If they do play, my guess is the line's going to go through the roof.
Probably. On a regular day, what's this line in San Antonio?
7, 6.5, 7 at least.
I think so too.
At least. Let's see where we're at. Got the Suns and the Nets. Another interesting one.
Everybody mad at the Nets from the other night, man, where they busted up my my perfect sweep. Thing is I was mad at them, but I ain't that mad at them. You know why I ain't that mad at them, Mitch? Because they don't put so much money in our pockets.
Exactly. It's season. It's all part of it. It's like the books aren't going to let us, even with our Thunder, even with the Magic the last couple of years. It's like we've gotten on early, and maybe we've hung on a game too late, in some of the times where the books go the other way on us. But the books aren't going to just let you sit there and hammer a team, for 82 games, man. They're not going to do it. It's like they're not going to do it. And it's going to happen to you. So, I mean, it is what it is, man.
Thing is, I'm going right back to him today. Going right back to the Nets today, man. Sign me right back up. Fading the Suns off the win yesterday. Back end of a back-to-back. Yes, they're still at home, but hey, Brooklyn. I just can't get off of it, man. 16-5-1. That is league best. 76.2% against the spread thus far this season. I like the makeup of this team, man. They got a lot of wings, a lot of guys that can get their own shot. It's Brooklyn here for me, man. I'm fading. I'm fading Phoenix. Phoenix is it's not even like Phoenix has been dominant. Do I think that Phoenix is going to be right there in the mix of things at the end of the year? Yes, but right now, currently, they're still. You know what I mean? We just saw Nurkic get punched in the face last night by Draymond. It's. Did you see that, Mitch?
Yeah, backfisted him. I think they're going to suspend him for the season.
They might. I mean, come on.
No, I mean
like,
it's too much at this point. I think he's going to get it like a 40 or 50 game suspension. He has to. He has to.
Draymond Green, man.
But it's like, you think because he knows the Warriors are just done this year anyway?
Maybe. I don't know.
This is going to be like a drug suspension type thing. Like Ja got 25, he's going to get 25 at least. He's got to get at least 25.
They just gave him how many? I forgot how many they just gave him.
It's like he just came off suspension. It's like,
I don't know. I'm thinking you might be right with the 25. 25 might not even be that bad, because the thing is he's a repeat offender.
Yeah. No, they're not going to let him just continue to get away with it. They're not.
So,
no, he's going to get.
Of course, I hope they don't. I like Dre. I really do. But
no, we all like him. We all like him, and it's because he cares. He tries. He cares. It's not because he's he's half-assing it and not showing up and whatever. If he can play, he suits up. He plays. You don't hear him taking him the rest and doing those things, and he's one of those guys. It's like, it's like you can complain about a lot of things, but his effort you can't.
Right.
Like there's certain guys like, it was like Chase Winovich, the linebacker in the NFL. Mm-mm. So he's an NFL linebacker. He played at Michigan, and they talked to him like before he played in his bowl game in college, and they said, boy, with a lot of your teammates are sitting out for this game, and you see a lot of players sitting out for the bowl games now. So why did you choose to play? He's like, you'd have to pry my dead body off the field to get me off, to get me to not play. It's like, those are the guys you want, It's like, sick of making a lot of money. I don't think so, man. I think he's frustrated. I don't think he likes to lose. I like Draymond, man. Either like him or don't, but I like him, and I like that he's an effort guy. I liked him at Michigan State. I loved it. They interviewed him. They dislike us. I hate them, man. That's what you say about Michigan. They dislike us. I hate them.
We'll see. We'll see what they do with him, man. We'll see. But in this one, I'm on the Nets, man. It's hard for me to get off.
Probably maybe ruining his Hall of Fame credentials here, or any chance that he has. He's a weird guy, right? It's a weird situation because he has been a key member of a team that's won a lot of games and a lot of championships. Guys like that generally get in.
It's a basketball Hall of Fame. It's not the NFL. So he's gonna get in.
Yeah, they generally get in. The guys like this.
Yeah. So he's
They'll retire his jersey, all those things.
Yeah, he's in.
But I don't know. Dennis Rodman's not in, right?
No, I think he's in the basketball Hall of Fame. I think he is. Nah, he's got to be. There's no way in hell he's not.
He should be if he's not. I'm pretty sure he isn't, though.
Let me see.
Should Dennis Rodman be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, he's not in. Oh, wait a minute.
On April 4th, 2011, it was announced that Rodman would be inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah. I mean, he won everywhere he was at. I mean, he won with the Pistons. He won with the Bulls. He won everywhere. So tough to keep him out. Kukoc is in the Hall of Fame. If Kukoc is in, Draymond's in. For sure.
Kukoc was a bucket, though. If Kukoc played today, y'all know I love my Euros, man. Y'all know. If Kukoc played today, man, stop it, bro. Even when you go back and watch, like,
my favorite part of The Last Dance is when they bust up Kukoc. They beat him.
My favorite part of The Last Dance is when Scotty throw the temper tantrum because Coach drawed up the play for who? Big play Kukoc, man. Kukoc used to be a bucket, bro. People used to be hating on him.
No, he was great. He was good. He was good. Steve Kerr was good, man. They had a good team.
He was cold, too.
They had a good team, man. Good team. Six rings.
Y'all just want Michael Jordan to be Mr. I did it all. That's where the Kukoc hate come in at, bro. I see through it. I see through it all.
He kind of did do it all.
No, he did it. He had Rodman, he had Scotty, he had Kerr, he had Kukoc. They had a team. That's what kills me about the Michael Jordan argument is everybody wants to act like he did it by himself. And no, he didn't. He had a squad. Like every time he got to the finals, I want to say, except probably them early ones, weren't they favored? Like for LeBron, when he got to the finals, it was evident that the other team was just flat out, clear cut better. Just man for man, roster for roster, player for player, better. Like, look at that Spurs team LeBron played. Don't get me on this rant. I'm sorry. I'll go down this rabbit hole. But y'all know TD, Manu, Kawhi. Man, stop it, man. Who LeBron had? Like, man, stop it.
We did the Lakers Spurs game already, man. Jazz against the I like the Nets against the Suns. I think we're gonna get value here because they didn't cover, and the Suns on the back-to-back. Plus, the guy got punched in the face last night. Anyways, I like the Nets.
Y'all don't be mad at me, man. Hey, I might just gotta. I don't know. One day I'll do a show where I just bring y'all on.
Why is the line? Why if the Nets aren't the play here, then why is the line only 2 points? You know. It's crazy. It opened at 3.
Luka Magic 777. I don't know who you are, but you know I'm rocking with you. You know I'm rocking with you. You good with me, man.
Jazz and the Knicks. The Knicks 6 points favored in this one. See 6.5 out there at Pinnacle. A lot of 6s out there.
Let me ask you think anybody betting the Jazz today? That's the first question I want you to answer.
Well, let me see what they say. They're saying that, holy smokes, 85% are on the Knicks.
All right. And let me tell you something. The Jazz, that's the perception. Here we are. We established there's like one of these every day where the perception is just way off. The Jazz on the road, they're terrible. They get blown out by 20 points like every time they play on the road. But at home, they're 8-3 against the number. They've covered in 72.7% of their games. They be hooping. They've won games. The Jazz win games, just not on the road. Where do they win them at? They win them at home. Yeah. I'm going to be one of them 10% on the Utah Jazz today. I know that their injury report is ugly. I'm aware that it's been ugly. But marketing may play today. With or without them, though, I'm on the Jazz. I think they have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. In all honesty, I think it's probably a good place to put some plus money too, to try to attack some plus money.
I think it's a tough one. It's like, I don't know. The Knicks have been winning the winnable games, and they lose against the good teams. Go to college hoops. It's always tough to do this show on the road. It's like all the windows, everything is just smaller. It's like there. Morning show. All right, we go to college hoops.
You can go catch your Creighton boys in action today.
Oh, they're playing here?
Yeah.
Where's the game at? It's neutral site, it says.
It says Henderson, Nevada.
Oh. Out in the suburbs?
Yep.
All right. I'm thinking of going to the Raiders game tomorrow.
That'd be lit. What the tickets looking like? Don't make me hop on one tonight.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they are. Not sure.
Maybe do it. You know I'm a crazy man. You know it.
I'd have to leave right from the game, man, to go to the airport. But I'd do it.
We'll leave together.
The flights. The game's like 5 o'clock, so it's like it'll be over by 8:30. My flight's at like 11:30, so I can make it.
Oh wait, it's not. Hold on. Yeah.
All right. We got Rice against Incarnate Word, early start. Got Stony Brook versus Norfolk State. Florida Atlantic versus FIU. Charleston Southern versus North Alabama. Dartmouth versus Boston U. Toledo versus Marshall. Oof. Queens against App State. Mississippi State against Murray State. Arkansas Little Rock UTSA. Anything? I mean, this is lame. Bad.
It's very lame. Very bad.
What do they call it? Bad card.
Let's see. To be honest, like in all honesty, I don't really love anything here. A small lean towards FAU. I mean, they're definitely head and shoulders a better team going up against another Florida team. You know, that rivalry type thing. They should stomp them down, especially coming off of a loss. So I would lean towards FAU in that one, but I'm not totally in love with it. Toledo. I mean, Marshall, they did sneak up and finally get a win in their last outing, but they're a pretty bad team. Toledo, thing is they're not like a cover team, but they're head and shoulders the better team. It's a tough day. Like I did go through most of these games. I don't love most of the thing. I lean Toledo.
Tough card. I'm gonna take a shot on Queens College. Queens University of Charlotte against App State. I just think because App State with the win over Auburn, probably getting a little too much love. I mean, it's more of a guess. I don't love it. I mean, this is the show. I got to give out something. Milwaukee against it's the Ruffolo dilemma. Alabama A&M versus UAB. Louisville versus Arkansas State. I mean, how bad has Louisville fallen? McNeese State against Southern Miss. Auburn against Cashville. LSU, Alabama State. Liberty against Tennessee State. Ruffolo was here, he'd be on Liberty. Freaking loves them. Wants to marry him. Loves Liberty. Loves them. Northwestern against Chicago State. ULL, Louisiana. It'll always be ULL to me. Versus Eastern Kentucky, the home of Tim Boyle. BYU in Denver. UNLV Creighton. Santa Clara versus Utah State. Nevada Weber State. And San Francisco Seattle. Anything?
Yeah. I was still surprised to see Nevada get done like that by Drake. Were you?
I don't know. Steve Alford is he's not a good coach. So
I was thoroughly surprised. It kind of made me want to go back and look like who they beat, and I don't know. I'm gonna lean towards Weber State in that one against Nevada. I don't think that's a bounce back spot. I like Creighton against UNLV. UNLV is not that good. Creighton, they've been rolling. They got their doors blown off against Colorado State, and since then they've snapped back and been beating up on teams. I think they beat up on UNLV today as well. And give me Arkansas State, man. The fact that Louisville's only a 3.5 point favorite over Arkansas State pretty much tells you what you need to know. To only beat DePaul by 7 points is pretty bad because DePaul get blown out by everybody. I don't like this Louisville team. I fade DePaul damn near every chance I get. Arkansas State might beat them boys outright. I wouldn't be surprised if they did beat them outright. Give me Arkansas State now.
I'm going to take Auburn against Asheville. Asheville's terrible, and Auburn's they have the ability to blow anybody out on any given night. The other one that I'm going to go against the line movement on is the Utah State-Santa Clara game. Utah State has the best offense in the country, and they've played against it's not like they've played a really lousy schedule or anything. They played against the good teams, and that's the thing you have to take into consideration in these out-of-conference matchups is who they played. Yeah, they haven't played the world beaters of world beaters, but they haven't played the doormat schedule. Santa Clara's definitely played a tougher schedule. Oregon, Ohio State, Cal, New Mexico, Stanford are all in the bunch there. But Utah State, UC Irvine's not bad. Stephen F. Austin, who's considered, it's considered a decent team. I mean, they're not Duke, right? But they beat them by 30. So, I mean, you have to take that's taking care of business. And how does Utah State do it? I mean, they're the best offensive team in the nation. If you shoot and you hit 53.2% of your shots, you're gonna win a lot of games, man. And it's
sure.
That's how they do it. I'm gonna take Utah State against Santa Clara. I know Santa Clara also shoots really high. This game's an over all the way. So those are my two. We'll just skip the NHL because Ruffolo's not here, out of disrespect. Any parlays?
Oh, what kind of question is that? Of course, I got a parlay for folks today. Let's go with the. Y'all gonna be mad at me, man, but let's go with the bad team parlay. All right. Wizards plus the points. Hornets plus the points. And Raptors laying the points. Ill. It's gonna cash though. It's gonna cash.
I'm gonna take the Nets with Florida Atlantic and Liberty.
There you go.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. I'm gonna try and act more professional tomorrow. Maybe Ruffolo will be back.